Staying the same is not safe. It's not comfortable. It's not neutral. What it is it's slowly destroying you. That tension that you've been feeling lately, the heaviness in the mornings, the friction in your relationships, just that restlessness that's sitting in your chest, that's not burnout. That's the discomfort of you living below your potential. And the problem is you perceive change to be a threat. But the truth is, it isn't the threat. What is? Stagnation. And you actually know the truth deep down. You're not scared of changing your life. You're actually scared of what happens if you don't. But you're also not sure if you want to risk it because you don't know what's going to be new. You don't know what's going to happen. And you also don't want to risk failing. And this episode, this is what it's about. This is a wake-up call that you've been refusing to give yourself. Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. I'm Sanj, and I'm here on your journey from stuck to unstoppable. I'm here to help you change from the life that you're living to get you from where you are now to a life where you wake up every day excited, energized, and empowered to get on and take action in the way that you want to. If you get something from this episode, please drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching, and please share this with someone who you know who would benefit from hearing this. So let's get into this. There's a belief that most people actually carry without even questioning it, and that is, if I change, things might get worse. You believe it silently. You may say it unconsciously, but here's what's actually happening in your mind. Yes, fear is scary and it does bring about fear, but also it's the fear of responsibility. Because when you let things stay the same, when you stay the same, you get to lean on excuses. Things like, I'm just tired. Oh, it's just busy season. I'll start when things calm down. When you change, those excuses die. And with them, that goes the comfort of not being accountable for who you are and who you could be. So staying the same is the most dangerous decision you can make because your life is always moving, whether that's with or without you, whether it's towards your potential or away from it. There is no holding pattern in life. You're either building momentum or you're losing it, growing or decaying, expanding or shrinking. And the real fear, that one you've been feeling, is what if I change? You're thinking, what if I wake up in 5 years and I realize I wasted the opportunity to become the person I was capable of becoming? That's the fear that keeps you up at night. That's the fear behind the anxiety you can't explain. That's the fear behind your short fuse, your low energy, your frustration with yourself. It's not change, it's regret. And this is why you need to start thinking differently. So change feels scary because it forces you to confront your identity. Not your goals, not your routines, your identity. That thing at the core of you. Because by making a change, it demands that you look at the version of yourself that's been coasting, the one that's been hesitating, procrastinating, the one that's been avoiding all the tough choices. Because what's more uncomfortable than confronting that version is becoming trapped as them. Yeah, so that change feels scary because you're forced to confront that identity. You may not like that identity, or you may have been hiding from that identity. But when you become trapped as them, that's more uncomfortable than actually confronting them. Staying the same, it feels safe only because it's familiar, not because it's right. I've spoken about this so many times. Your comfort zone will kill your future because familiarity is a hell of a drug. People will stay in jobs they hate. They'll do things and stay in routines that drain them, relationships that no longer align, purely because they understand that pain. It's familiar. It feels comforting. But just because you understand a prison, it doesn't mean that you're not inside of one. So when you start to actually think, you know what? I'm tired of this. When you embrace that change, that's when something powerful happens. Because you stop negotiating with your potential. And what happens is your thinking, it shifts from will this work to I'm not living like this anymore. From what if I fail to what if this is my turning point? From I'll start when I'm ready to I'll start because I'm done waiting. This shift alone triggers momentum. It triggers identity-based momentum. And that's the kind that changes your standards permanently, not temporarily. So here are 5 mindset shifts that help you embrace change instead of fearing it. Number 1, this is so simple. We constantly ask ourselves, what if it goes wrong? So number 1 is stop asking, what if it goes wrong? Start asking, what if it goes right? We've been trained to predict the worst, but here's the truth. You've survived every single difficult moment of your life so far. You've got 100% track record of making it through. But what, instead of using your brain and imagining the worst case scenario, you started thinking about the best case scenario. That's number 1. Number 2 is start respecting discomfort instead of avoiding it. We think it's something to fear. We think it's actually something that we should be avoiding. We think that it's something that is going to harm us. But actually, discomfort, it is a warning sign. It's a warning sign that is actually a growth signal. It shows us that actually we're doing things that could be pushing us out of our comfort zone. We could be doing things that are going to help us grow, help us do things, learn things that we've never learned before, master things that we've never mastered before. If you always choose comfort, you're choosing that stagnation. But the moment you choose discomfort, you're actually choosing transformation. It's simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. The third thing is start thinking differently about who you are. Anchor yourself to who you're becoming, not who you've been. Because if you keep making decisions based on your past, based on who you were, you're guaranteeing that your future looks exactly the same. But when you actually start to embrace change and you decide an identity based on that, when you decide to think, okay, what am I going to look like? When you start thinking, I'm becoming a focused person, I'm becoming a disciplined person, I'm becoming someone who leads by example. When you anchor to your identity, your actions actually start to follow naturally. And good example is a smoker. When you say you used to smoke, if someone asks you, oh yeah, do you want a cigarette? You say, no thanks, I'm no longer a smoker. You're still identifying as someone who was a smoker. When you anchor to your identity, your actions actually follow naturally. A good example is a smoker. If someone offers you a cigarette and you say, oh, no thanks, I've given up, I'm no longer smoking, you're still identifying as a smoker, just one who's not currently smoking. But if someone offers you a cigarette and you say, I'm no longer a smoker, your identity is then someone who does no longer smoke. So you are more likely to be able to pass on that cigarette than someone who just said, I don't smoke. Number 4 is give yourself permission to outgrow things and people. This is a tough one because growth means change. It means loss, and loss means discomfort. But growth is not meaning, it shouldn't mean that loss is a bad thing. When you grow, when you're outgrowing the wrong things, it creates space for the right things. So by losing things, yes, it may hurt for a short time, but it's also creating opportunities for better things to come in your life. You cannot park 2 cars in a 1-car garage. You have to get rid of the old one to make space for the new one. Remember this, not everyone is meant to stay in your life. Not every habit is meant to survive your next chapter, and that's okay. You can let them go. Number 5 is stop waiting for courage, because courage is actually built through your actions. People think that they need confidence before they act, but that's false. You act, you stumble, you learn, you adjust, you improve, and that's when confidence emerges. Because action is the birthplace of courage. So if you want to fear change less, start to learn to move more. Embrace it. Love it. Realize that every time that you're scared of change, realize that something on the other side of that could be beautiful and could be exactly what you need. So for the next week, every day, make one decision that a stronger, more empowered, an ideal version of yourself would make, and act on it immediately. It could be going for a run. It could be saving money. It could be doing a kind thing for someone else. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, not when you've had to think about it. Just one decision, one action, one step towards change. Because the momentum begins the moment you stop hesitating. That's when you're going to start to build up the momentum. It's going to build and keep compounding. And before you know it, your life is going to become unrecognizable. You are not who you were last year. You're not even who you were last month. And you definitely won't be. And you're definitely not who you'll be in 6 months from now if you keep this up. Change isn't coming for you. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to stop pretending that staying the same is safe. It's waiting for you to stop messing about and avoiding stepping into the identity that you want. Is waiting for you to choose discomfort over regret. You're not here to repeat the same year of your life over and over. You're here to evolve, to grow, to expand, to lead. Change is not the enemy. Stagnation is. And the moment you embrace that truth, when you master your mindset over that, you start to master your life. So if this episode hit you, if something clicked, shifted, or woke you up, I want to hear from you. Send me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching, or post inside the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life Facebook community and let me know what's one change you're committing to from this episode. And if you want deeper support, stronger accountability, and a community of men who refuse to just stay stuck, join my free Facebook community, The Motivated Man. My mission is simple. I just want to help as many people as possible to break free from the patterns that are just keeping them small and to step into the mindset that leads to powerful, purpose-driven lives. Remember, the scariest thing in life isn't changing, it's staying the same.